Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to further discuss about our topic related to the introduction of or in academic writing. Yeah. So on this meeting, you are going to develop academic writing introduction extract. I mean extract here meaning the excerpt or penggalan ya dalam bahasa Indonesia of introduction. So the learning objective for today, you must be able are able to develop academic writing introduction extract in such properly, yeah, or in such a proper way, and then in such a accurate manner, and also efficiently and effectively through discovery learning and also task based learning in writing introduction for academic writing. So I'm sorry, I couldn't show the learning objective since I forgot to attach or to display the learning objective. Okay, let's get started to the next slide. So guys, on the previous meeting, specifically we learned about marketing in tourism, yeah. The importance and then the benefit of using marketing in such tourism. So we finally here on the new topic related to the marketing or marketing in tourism. So we got an example of journal article, yeah, entitled "The Impact of Using Social Media, Twitter or X." Now it has changed into X. Yeah, the Twitter has changed into X to promote tourism in Indonesia. So there are several authors here. Yeah, Diki Izni Syahputra and then Ahmad Nurmandi and then Salahuddin Diah Mutiarin, and the last one Suswanta. I could say Syahputra et al. Lah, yeah. Okay, so on this occasion, you are going to deep dive into this one, yeah, into an article, example of an article that you could use as a certain sources to develop your academic writing introduction. So you have to remember that before you develop or even write an introduction, first of all, you have to you have to look for your references or sources from such a valid and credible sources. As we know, we discussed before, yeah, there are certain specifically four features of a reference, or I could say a source that should be. The first one, the source must include academic or formal vocabulary, and then the sources or references must include the references from the author or for maybe the citation, yeah. And then the third one, the reference or source must include or must use impersonal style of writing. I mean the topic that is discussed, that is being discussed, I mean, and the explanation that related to the topic must be written in such a very impersonal style. Yeah, I mean it should be objective rather than subjective one. So it could reduce a bias toward a specific topic that is being discussed. And the last one, the reference or sources should be long and complex sentences. Yeah, so it will give you the important or informative way of the topic that is being discussed, and also it will make you understand more about the topic that related to the subject matter, or for beside the informative way, it could make you easier to understand the complexity or the what is it the compact, yeah, I mean, yeah, the compact manner or discussion that is being presented or discussed. Okay, now let's move to the example of the introduction. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the example of the introduction, yeah, from the previous title that we have discussed on the previous slide. So, first of all, I'd like to apologize, yeah, if there are some words that I cannot read properly because you know and you could see it will be blocked with my or by my own profile picture. Okay, so it will be hard for me to read it clearly since some of the word will be blocked automatically. So I hope it doesn't or it will not bother you, okay, to understand it more. Okay, so we got an example of the introduction. Twitter is one of the social media that has many users worldwide. So, information from all over the world is easy to get. Many individuals use the social media to advertise their products by sharing them to build awareness, recognition, and loyalty to the brand. Natasari 2021 stated that Twitter is not only used to or from for promotion I mean, but also used to transform interaction into interactive dialogue. Nowadays, Indonesian government encourages tourism in Indonesia through the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economics since it can provide significant state revenue. According to the wonderful Indonesia site, yeah, the government supports tourism in different ways through the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economics, holding festival, let's say branding, engaging in blah blah blah, tourism forums and social media branding including Twitter, blah blah blah. The use of Twitter is primarily used to promote tourism in Indonesia, blah blah blah, can be accessed by many people worldwide to easily acknowledge blah 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 tourist destination in Indonesia. Okay, here we go. This is the example of such introduction in a journal article for specifically. So before we use this kind of introduction for your introduction or for your introduction development needs or writing, so you have to take a look the features whether this introduction is actually needed or appropriate to be used as or for academic use, let's say. Okay, so first thing first, we need to look into the vocabulary that is used on this introduction. Do you get that this introduction use a vocabulary or formal vocabulary I mean or academic vocabulary? I think it's kind of difficult, yeah, to say whether this one use academic or vocabulary or formal vocabulary. I mean, yes or no. But actually, most of the sentences here or most of the words here are usually related to the vocabulary formal or formal vocabulary or academic vocabulary. Yeah, so I could say this one is really used, yeah, or use an academic or formal vocabulary. And then, what about the references? Did the authors indicate or cite references within the introduction? And the answer is definitely yes, because we can see there is citation from Natasari 2021, yeah, and also from the wonderful Indonesia site. Yeah, so there are actually two references that cited, or there are two citation that included within this introduction. Okay, and how about the style, writing style that used by the authors? Did the authors write this one or this introduction specifically in such a very impersonal style manner? I think yes, because the introduction here is written based on the objectivity. Yeah, we couldn't find or we didn't find any or anything related to such a bias or subjective manner in such of writing style. Yeah, it's actually really written into or in such impersonal manner or style. Okay, and the last one, how about the sentences? Are they long and complex? I could say yes, definitely. But frankly, yeah, I think this one or the introduction is very simple in terms of its language. But actually, since the introduction mostly implemented or mostly use such a formal and also the academic vocabulary, so it's possible for them to make the readers understand, yeah, the introduction more by maybe by emphasizing the simple word, yet it actually complex and long. So this introduction could be used as or for your academic. Yes. Okay. That's the example of the introduction that can be used for your introduction in academic writing. Okay, let's move on to the another slide. Okay, so on the next activity, you are going to be introduced to such a practical exercise, yeah, of how to develop an introduction in academic writing extract. I mean, how to develop an extract, introduction extract for or in academic writing. So I would like to apologize first, yeah, since the texts are longer than I expected. So I think some of the words will be blocked automatically by Canva, yeah. Particularly by my own recording profile picture. So, but I promise you that the PPT or PowerPoint will make you understand more. I mean, the display on the PPT will be clearer than this one. So, I think it won't make you confused. Okay, so let's get started to the instruction and direction of how the example of making or develop an introduction extract for academic writing or in academic writing. Okay, so you have to firstly write the instruction or direction first. Write an academic text extract. Yeah, it's not academic text. Yeah, but it's specifically introduction in academic writing extract, yeah, based on the selected, sorry, title and topic, I could say, yeah, and features of academic text, yeah. The introduction extract of academic writing must include features of academic text, yeah, or academic writing introduction features, topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. Write your academic introduction or introduction of academic writing extract by paying attention to the unity, coherence, punctuation, capitalization, and mechanics in writing. Okay, so first thing first, you need to take a look the title first. The title is the benefit of social media in government activities, and you have to develop an introduction extract of academic writing based on this title, The Benefit of Social Media in Government Activities. And you have to pay attention then further, yeah, to the references that you must include or that must be included on your introduction extract of academic writing. So there are two references that you must use. The first one is from RAD 2022. RAD emphasized that a new form of public transportation known as e-participation has merged in ICT, which aim to encourage active citizenship with the latest technology advancement by increasing access and participation to promote and effective partnership, sorry, between society and government. Yeah. And the next one, the second reference is John 2020 stated or emphasized that a participation is crucial in the central to democracy to increase the public awareness or problems through attention and participation. So on this one, yeah, on this activity, you have to first develop an introduction extract of academic writing based on the title, the benefit of social media in government activities, and you have to adjust or add these references included to within your introduction extract of academic writing. So, in order to be more able or in order to make you easier to understand it, I will show you another example of this activity. Okay, guys, so here is the example of the co-Indonesian, see introduction extract of academic or in academic writing. So, as we know, the title must be the benefit of social media in government activities. Yeah, and then the introduction must include topic sentence, and then the supporting sentences, and the last one, the concluding sentence. And don't forget, you have to include two references from Rad 2022 and then John 2020. Okay, so take a look at this example. So after the writing or the introduction has developed, so this is the result. Yeah, I will read it first for you. Social media use has several benefits in government activities. Blah blah blah. I'm sorry because it's blocked by my own profile picture recording picture here, so I couldn't read it properly. Easier blah blah blah. Participation in government activities is the most significant benefit of blah 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 media use. A new form of public participation known as e-participation has emerge in ICT, which aims to encourage activist citizenship with the latest technology advancement by increasing access and participation to promote a fair and effective partnership between society and government. RAD 2022. The benefit of social media is to fashioning a participation that leads to a better informed public and improved decision making can lead to public involvement. Likewise, e-participation is needed as it is imperative for legitimacy since participation is central to democracy. John 2022 state that if participation is crucial in the central of or to democracy to increase the public's awareness of problems through attention and participation. Therefore, the benefit of social media has improved public involvement as it provides easier public transportation, decision making and democracy. Okay, that's the example of introduction that or in which has been developed by following, yeah, betul, by following the instruction or the direction written on the previous slide. Yeah, so this is the result. Okay, so next slide I will explain and we would share. Yeah, we are gonna be working all together to figure out to discuss the each element feature, let's say the breakdown point of the activity or the was it example of how to develop an introduction extract of academic writing. So next slide will be our activity. Let's get started. Okay, so guys, this is the detailed information or discussion toward the example of an introduction extract of academic writing. Yeah. So the first thing first, do not forget that every or in the very first of sentence in a paragraph, it is a topic sentence. So the red line colored here or red color here is the sentence that related to, or we could say, or I could say, this is the topic sentence. social media use has several benefits in government activities. Since the title indicated that the benefit of social media in government activities, so the topic sentence must be directly indicate or correlated with the title itself. So the topic sentence is social media use has several benefits in government activities. Yeah, blah blah blah. And the normal one that is what is it? Black colored sentence is actually the following sentence that including atau included two supporting sentence. Yeah, blah blah blah. Participation, I think participation in government activities is the most significant benefit, blah blah blah, media use. I will say again, whenever I said or I say blah blah blah, meaning that the sentence or the words has been or have been blocked by my own profile picture. Yeah, so I couldn't read it properly, so I'm sorry for that. Participation in government activities is the most significant benefit, blah blah blah, for media use. A new form of public participation, known as a participation, has emerged in ICT, which aims to encourage active citizenship with the latest technology advancement by increasing access and participation to promote a fair and effective partnership between society and government. Read 2022. So, on this supporting sentence section, yeah, you have to add the reference from RAD 2022. Since RAD here is actually what is it, discuss the benefit of a new form of public participation in terms or in the matter of a participation. Yeah, so it is included to the or one of benefits that affected or what is it as the result of social media advancement. Yeah. And then the benefit of social media is to fashioning a participation that leads to a better informed public, and improved decision making can lead to a public involvement. Likewise, if participation is needed as it is imperative for legitimacy, since participation is central to democracy. Yeah? So we could say these black colored sentences are the one that is probably or that is definitely developed by us as the writer or as the author. Yeah, so the beside the colored one, the black colored one or this colored black colored sentences are the one that has been developed by us. It should be developed by us as the writer or as the author. Yeah. So, and then after we develop a sentence that related to the preceding or the following sentences, or I could say the preceded one, yeah, sebelumnya, yeah. Okay, and then we have to support, and the sentence that we develop should be supported by the or by another citation. And we got here, and the example here is John. The statement here, yeah, is supported by John 2022 that stated or emphasized that e-participation is crucial in the central to democracy to increase the public awareness of problems through attention and participation. Okay, so this one, the citation or references or reference from John 2022 must be correlated with the preceded sentences in which the benefit of social media is fashioning blah 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 sampai ke until to democracy. Okay. And then after we discussed and we have and we added the references from RAD 2022 and John 2020, and then we have to close this introduction by concludes or by concluding the overall sentence. Yeah, so the orange colored one is the concluding sentence. Therefore, the benefit of social media has improved public involvement as it provides easier public participation, decision making, and democracy. Yeah, and you can see these three aspects. I mean, public transportation, or sorry, public participation, decision making, and democracy are the benefits that the social media improve. Yeah, toward public involvement because it will provide easier public participation, decision making, and democracy. So this is the example of how, yeah, to make or develop an introduction extract of academic writing based on the title, selected title, I mean, and then the features of academic writing introduction, yeah, and then topic sentence that include topic sentence, concluding sentence, and supporting sentence, and concluding sentence, I mean, and then by and also edit the references from two sources that you should use. So this is the example of how to make or how to develop a social, not social media, how to develop an introduction extract of academic writing. Okay, hopefully it will strengthen or it will improve the way you think or the way you write and develop about introduction extract of academic writing. Okay, next slide will be your time to challenge yourself to develop a specific introduction extract of academic writing. So get ready. So guys, this is the exercise for today's meeting, yeah. The the exercises here is actually kind of similar with the one with the example that we discussed before. So the direction here is write an academic writing introduction excerpt based on the selected title and consists of features of academic text, topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. Write your academic writing introduction excerpt by paying attention to unity, coherent, punctuation, capitalization, and mechanics of writing. So you have to develop an introduction extract of academic writing based on the selected title in which the importance of student personality on English language learning. Yeah, because I believe on the previous one, on the previous meeting, you already list and organized and also gathered the information related to references and sources toward this topic. Yeah, so it will be useful for you to use it for this meeting, for this exercise. Okay, so the references that you must include for your introduction excerpt of academic writing, there are two. Yeah, the first one is from Gao 2025. In this matter, a personality of student is important for their English language learning, including English language fluency and English language development. And then the second reference came from Jiang, okay, 2024. Revealed that the importance of student personality on English language learning has led the efficiency and effectiveness of second language exposure and acquisition, especially for EFL students. Okay, so that's the exercise for you on today's meeting. So if you have any question related to your exercise, please call me or please send me a message through WhatsApp. Okay? Thank you so much. Best of luck. Okay, so that's all ya guys ya for today's meeting. Let's close this meeting by reciting basmalah. Bismillah. Kok basmalah? Hamdalah I mean. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, thank you so much guys. See you next week and see you around. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.